Be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. So we're not really hunting rabbits, but everybody in the house is asleep, so I've got to be really, really quiet. Hopefully the microphone's picking this up. I didn't test that, so yeah, good luck to me. But look, technically today is Father's Day. This video is for the day before, but like I'm still getting stuff done for yesterday because we're past the stroke of midnight now. It's like 1:30 in the morning. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And even though I am a dad, I'm not really wishing that upon myself. But yeah, that seems a bit weird. Like, do you wish yourself a happy birthday? I guess you might. Anyway, whatever. Look, that's going off on a tangent. So I just want to take a minute to appreciate fathers and thank fathers for the impact that they have on our lives. And I'm going to take a minute to talk about my own dad. Hi, Dad. I'll have to send you a link to this. But there are things that I learned from my dad that some stuff I realized, some stuff I didn't. But reflecting more on being an entrepreneur and a business owner and making changes to business and life and just looking at that and realizing, like, reflecting a lot and being self-aware as to what I am and am not good at and what I should and shouldn't focus on, that kind of thing. I realized there's stuff that I've picked up from my dad. So my dad doesn't really like being the center of attention or being talked about, but I'm going to do this anyway, but I'm not going to be all that specific. So things that I learned from my dad, doing whatever it takes to get the work done. Definitely learned that from my dad. And these things, I don't know whether he necessarily meant to teach them to me intentionally. I think a lot of it I picked up by example. What else was there? There was helping people and volunteer work. That was definitely something that I learned from my dad. And surprisingly, this is something now that I'm doing more tech work that I've been talking about more often. My interest for computers. My dad taught me to use DOS at a very young age. I can't remember exactly how old, but I'm pretty sure it was before I started school. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it was. So I learned how to, like, change directories and open the games that I wanted to play and stuff like that, and how to, like, list directory contents and all that. And then it sort of snowballed from there, like, into Windows 3.1, then eventually Windows 95 and all the rest of it. But my dad also used to buy computer magazines to try and keep up with what was happening with technology. But it got to the point where my dad would come home with them, and when he walked through the door with one, I knew that he had one, and he knew that I knew, and that I would want to read it, because we're talking back before the days of everyone having the internet and everyone having a smartphone in their pocket so they can see access the internet, whenever they wanted to. And even once the internet, once we got the internet, was dial-up, and there wasn't as much information out there as there is today. So look, to learn how to do stuff, you had to read. So because there wasn't internet access readily available too, there was plenty of time. There was no social networks back then either, so there wasn't a lot of time wasting. So so what I used to do is I used to read the computer magazines cover to cover, and then go and try and do the stuff that I learned from them. And yeah, that was great. That was a great way to learn things. The other way was by breaking my own stuff and then trying to learn how to fix it. But that's another story and another topic for another day. Anyway, back to subject, like other things that I learned from my dad, besides the computer stuff, well, basic computer stuff, until it got to the point where I was doing more with computers than he was, because I'm pretty sure it was just a hobby. Anyway, focus, back to topic. Don't record at 1:30 in the morning. That's not something I picked up from my dad. That's bright. There was one other thing that I was going to say, and it was there, and then it just went. It's great. Oh wait, no, patience, sorry. Just like when dealing with people, being very calm, collected, and patient. I don't know, that if you know me, you probably know that I don't tend to yell a lot. And like that I have a lot of patience, especially when dealing with people. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that comes from my dad too. Yeah, they're the major things that came to mind when I was thinking about this topic and about my dad. So yeah, Dad, when you see this, thanks. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to all the other dads out there. Thank you for the great influences that you are in our lives, and I hope you all have a good Father's Day. Anyway, if you would like to see more of these videos, usually they're not like this. They're not as quiet and low-key necessarily, or serious, but we'll go with that for today. They're usually not this long either, but yesterday's was long. Today seems to be long. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, if you want to see more, then you can follow and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.